Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. My name's Manuela, and on this channel is all about the Christian faith, encouragement, and lifestyle. And if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button and watch this video until the end. And if you do watch this video, and I encourage you to watch this video until the end, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below. Before I get into it, I really just want to thank everyone for their support and the love that they have shown me, and so many of you guys have encouraged me and reached out to me in the last 3 videos that I did, where I shared about my personal story and my personal testimony, having experienced abuse, molestation and rape, and also being addicted to pornography and masturbation, and how as well I came to the Lord and giving my life to the Lord as well, and all that He has done for me. I really just want to thank you all. And so the reason for why I decided to come out and share my story and talk about my experiences and my past, I've come to see that quite a lot of people actually go through this, but not many people find their voice to be able to express themselves and actually come out with talking about what they've gone through. Another reason as well for why I chose to tell my story and chose to share my experiences is to also raise awareness that people do go through this, but have never really dealt with it properly, and we've always just tried to hid it under the carpet, keep it under the rug and keep it pushing, but it still has many scars and wounds on us that and it's a battle that you have to go through daily. And one thing that the enemy loves is for you to remain silent and keep yourself in hiding, because that's when it's like as though he has a grip on you. It's as though he has how can I say it? It's like it's a way of him having like a power over you, keeping you in a stronghold that it's very hard for you to come out of. I've also created a non-profit organization called Chosen is She, and our whole aim is to raise awareness, provide help, provide aid and advice to churches and individuals regarding abuse and trauma. And our whole aim is to help women be able to go through that process of healing, so that they can also be restored, be completely delivered, and actually become all that the Lord has called them to be. There are many different types of abuse. There's sexual abuse, there's physical abuse, there's mental, psychological, even spiritual abuse. So each person is different, and whatever type of abuse a person goes through, obviously the effects of that will be different to that individual. But one thing that's common that runs throughout all of them is trauma, and people deal with trauma in many different ways. The effects of trauma can really, and if not does actually change a whole person's life and way of being. And many times you will see that there's some people who they were very bubbly, very outgoing and stuff like that, and they will experience abuse, and that person's character completely changes. Like they become so retrieved, so introverted, to the point where it's as though it's so difficult to be able to break through them. Like they have like this hard exterior around them, because that's their defense mechanism, and it's so hard for anybody to be able to pace through or to break through them, to like they become very defensive. They have like this wall literally placed in front of them and around them all the time, because they've lost trust in people, they've lost faith in people. And yeah, it's obviously nobody goes living their life expecting to be abused or even wanting to be abused, so you can only just imagine other effects as well. The way that people may go through trauma, some people can really fall into a whole load of depression, anxiety, and become so fearful, and they struggle with a lot of mental health issues. Other effects as well, we see sometimes And I'm not saying that it's always the case, but sometimes you may see a woman or a young woman who's very, very, very promiscuous, and people will be so quick to judge her. People will be so quick to, point the finger and, call her names and do all these things. But that's her dealing with her trauma. And so I just really believe that with cases like this, like I said in the other video, like we have to really be sensitive and really be understanding and not always be quick to judge people. There's some people like they completely lose all types of self-esteem. Like they hate being themselves, they hate their bodies to the point that they start harming themselves. That's why you have people who self-harm, because they hate themselves, they hate their bodies. That's the effects of that's another effect of abuse, and that's also a way that people try and deal with their traumas. I'm not saying that it's right, but I'm just highlighting these facts. And with all that being said, I think that these kind of conversations really need to be had, and more openly. I believe that the more we have conversations about this, the more awareness is raised about this, and especially within the Christian community, I believe that that will give the platform to many people to come out and to be able to share their stories, share their experiences, and then also help needs to be provided, help needs to be put in place to be able to help these people. Trauma, like I said, abuse will lead to trauma, and trauma will really lead people to act out of character in so many different ways. That's why you have people who fall heavily into masturbation, you have people who fall heavily into pornography, you have people who also have an issue in being faithful in a relationship. They'll go into a relationship, a loving relationship with a good person, and they can't help but keep themselves from, they can't help but cheat. And you'll wonder, like, you're with such a wonderful person, the person that you're with is so beautiful, so good looking, so everything is good, you have a beautiful home, you have a beautiful family, you have everything is good. Why are you cheating? Why do you have an issue with being unfaithful? You have people as well who are maybe not in a relationship, but they have such bad trust issues that even when somebody good comes along, they can't see anything past that. Like, the person may come to them with good intentions, with good intention, a good heart to really love on them, take care of them, want to be serious with them, but because they have those trust issues, they can't let themselves be. They can't even give themselves the opportunity to be able to enter into something that may be actually good for them, and all of these things. And it's I can't really bulk it down into one video. Like, with topics like this, we actually need like a whole seminar, because you'd be surprised. So yeah, that was the point of this video, just really to share with you guys the reason for why I actually decided to speak up and share my story, and just give like a brief explanation as to the effects of abuse, and how that impacts in people's lives. And I'm really hoping that in the future, like, more will be done, and I am working on a few things right now to be able to bring to you all, or to bring to some of you, to be able to help you. So yeah guys, I hope, like, with everything that I've said, with everything that I've shared, it's could have been an eye-opener to you. And one thing that I always say is, if you're ever struggling with anything like this, if you really resonate with this and you've never ever spoken about it, you've always kept it a secret, I would really encourage you to speak up, seek help, even if it has to be professional help. I am totally for therapy, I am totally for counseling, and seek the help that you need, and don't suffer in silence. So with that being said, I am going to leave it here, and I'll continue making videos surrounding this topic, and so look out for that. If you are not following me on Instagram, please do. I'll leave the link down below. I'm very active on there, so I'll see you in my next video. Have a wonderful day, night, evening, dawn, wherever you are in the world, and see you next time. Bye, guys.